everyone, welcome back to another episode of Green Life Garden and Home DIY channel. It's your girl Ro, aka Mommy Green Life, and today I am going to be canning rice. Rice is not something that you're going to find in your ball canning book. There are thousands of people that do can rice. Do your own research. This is what I do, and like I said, many others as well. So let's go ahead and jump right in and get started. Today I am going to be canning in my pint jars. The first thing I did was wash my jars thoroughly, and the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and place them on a cookie sheet right here, and they're going into the oven at 225 for a good 30 minutes before I actually put the rice inside of the jars. Reason being, it's going to go ahead, get the jar sterile, and they'll be hot and ready for the rice. All right, so the first thing you want to do with your rice is wash it. Now, I come from a household, we've always washed our rice, and to get the starch off. And the only thing that could possibly happen if you don't is you're probably gonna have a cloudy film inside your jar. Okay, now the recipe that I'm going to be using today is one that I seen on Homestead Heart. She actually used lime juice and cilantro, which she had fresh, I have dried, to flavor some of her rice, as well as she used turmeric, which is I have here. I moved it on the other side there. Turmeric and some other seasonings to make what we know as a yellow rice. So these are the only ingredients besides the rice and whatever other herbs and spices you want to use. Yeah, that's going to be up to you. So I'm going to do some regular, and I'm going to do some cilantro lime, and then I'm going to also make some yellow rice with it as well. So go ahead and get out your stuff if you're planning on making this recipe with me today, and let's get started. So the first thing I'm doing, as I said, is washing my rice, and I'm going to keep washing it until I get it as clear, get the water as clear as possible. And once it gets to my liking as far as how clear it is, then I'll go ahead and start putting it in my jars. So this particular brand of rice, it wasn't that starchy at all. I've only rinsed this like 3 times, and I could already see the rice through the water. So I'll probably give it one more rinse. I am actually doing a whole case of pint-sized jars, which is 12, and that means that you would need about 6 cups of rice, because there's going to be a half of a cup of rice put into each jar. Okay, and the rest I'll show you how I'm going to store it away. Okay, so as you can see, this is a 25-pound box of rice. The only thing I've taken out of here is 6 cups. And so what I'm going to do is store the rest inside of this food grade container. You can find these at bakeries, or just purchase 5-gallon buckets that says food grade. All right, I'm going to be putting in bay leaves. And before you get started up about bay leaves not being an insect, exterminate the insects, that's not why I'm putting it in there. I'm putting it in there because it will deter them from wanting to get into your food. And plus, we're going to have an airtight seal on this. And I'm not pouring my rice inside of a Mylar bag. If you choose to do that, I mean, that's just extra protection. But I'm not. I'm going to put them in here, put the rice in here, put the bay leaves in there, and anything that may be trying to hatch out or what have you. Hopefully, you know, they'll be deterred from wanting to do anything like that because of the bay leaf smell being in there. It's just something that they do not like. And on top of that, you got this that's going to be well sealed. If you want to go all out with the rice, that is, and put them in Mylar bags, and then put it inside of your food grade buckets or whatever buckets you. Okay, so I went ahead and I took that out of the box and set it down into my bucket. I left it inside of the bag. The only thing I'm going to do now is go ahead and put some bay leaves throughout, inside, in the middle, or wherever. And then You may even want to go a step and cut the instructions off and stick that in the box as well on how to cook it and the labels, so you will have information as to the nutritional value and content of this. Because remember, these things are being stored away for hard times, and that way you will know if you're getting the proper amount of nutrition every day, or whatever the case may need to be. Okay, so I got everything in there it needs to be. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut that label off the box, stick it in there, and the only thing I'm going to do is fasten my lid on tight after that. So I've gotten my rice all washed and ready. The only thing I'm going to do now is start putting 1/2 cup over into my jars that are right there. I've just gotten them out of the oven. They have been sitting in there for the last 40 minutes or so. And I'm going to go ahead and start packing my jars with rice. And from that point, we'll put in our spices. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead here and make sure I get 1/2 cup exactly as she showed on her video, Miss Homestead Hart. I did see another video where they did like 1/3 of a cup. All right, then I'm going to come here. I think you can see me there, and I'm going to go ahead and put that over in there. And I'm going to go ahead and fill up the rest of my jars, except the ones that I'm going to do with the lemon juice, the lemon cilantro. I'm going to take that and I'm going to actually put the lemon juice in first, all right, as per her instructions on that particular rice. So in all, I'm going to have 4 cups of lemon cilantro. I'm going to have 4 cups of regular, and then I'm going to have 4 cups of yellow. Okay, let me get that done and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm getting ready to make the lemon cilantro. I'm going to go ahead and put in a tablespoon. I got a few jars over here I've got to actually put in the oven. I have been so busy, I don't know how I missed that. So at this point I got 3 of each, and I got to put the other jars in the oven. Alright, so got that out the way. And I'm going to go ahead and put a 1/2 teaspoon of cilantro in here. Let's make it a teaspoon. Alright. Matter of fact, I'll do that after I get my rice in. Okay, so I want to bring you in a little bit closer to show you that I have put my seasonings in. I decided to, instead of basil, to go with rosemary. So I have my lemon and cilantro here, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt in each jar. And here, the one that's going to be the yellow rice, I decided to put, again, rosemary instead of basil inside of these jars. And then I'm going to have just some regular rice as well, okay? Alright, so let me go ahead and get my water put in, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to try not to fog up my camera, but that's my hot boiling water I just took off the stove. I'm going to go ahead and fill up each jar. Then I'm going to put the lids on, rings, and we're going to be putting them in the pot. Okay, so I've got my jar sitting here. I wanted to make sure that you knew to wipe the rims. So what I'm doing right now, I'm going to go in and give everything a good mix. You could use saffron too instead of turmeric. I just love turmeric. We use it a lot in our house medicinally. And bit to also tell you that bay leaves is another thing that a lot of people don't realize is used medicinally as well. Okay, once I get that done, I have vinegar in this little bowl. I'm going to take this, dip it, and I'm just going to wipe the rims of each one of my jars. Okay, make sure that there's nothing up there far in that shouldn't be there when it comes time to seal. And that's it. Going to get my lids and rings on, and then I'm going to be getting them over into the pot. Okay, just want to take each lid and get it out of there with your magnetic device, so you're not having to touch them. Well, that one don't want to stay. All right. Okay, let me finish getting these on. We are on the home stretch. So my rice has been processing now for like the last 10 minutes at about 11 pounds of pressure. I've got about 5 more minutes because the total processing time for rice is going to be 15 minutes after the pressure comes up. My pressure level that I'm in, according to my altitude in Georgia, is going to be 11 pounds. Or 10 actually. 11 is okay. You know, you don't want it to get too high. And you definitely don't want it to drop below the 10 pounds. And once it gets to 10, 11 pounds, again, you process it for 15 minutes. If for some reason it drops below that, then you need to start over. That means that you want to make sure you are starting your timer for 15 minutes once your pressure gauge has reached the pressure level for your altitude. And then you will process 15 minutes. Alright, so we are done. I am about to go ahead and remove the jars from here, and I'll show you what it's looking like. So I am done. I have 9 jars of rice here thus far. Everything is looking good. As these set overnight, they will go ahead and absorb the rest of the water. And yeah, that's going to be it. And then I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to put in 9 more jars of just regular rice. Okay? So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And we will see you on the next video.
One love, y'all.
One love.